support Donald Trump. Why? Oh, blimey. I've never understood it. I really have not. Let me just pop my microphone in. There you go. Oh, dearie me. What is wrong with you people? Still supporting the orange von shits and pants and Donald Trump. I know some of you can't help it, I know. Lack of thinking and all that, you know. You like to be grifted. You like being Trump's mark, so to speak, yeah. It's just like these tariffs. You know, it's just unbelievable that you still support. Hello there in Yorkshire, Dr. Wofen, I hope you're well. You had the pudding yet? Your Yorkshire pudding? Yeah, it's crazy. For us, you know, you're in Yorkshire, not you know, I'm here in France, and looking in what's going on in the United States is just astounding. It's flabbergasting. It's like, what the hell is going on? Seems like madness to me. I just like these tariffs. No, POTUS. GOP. They've had their tariffs shot down in flames by the Supreme Court, SCOTUS. And maybe, just maybe, they will abide by the ruling. Just maybe. But companies, industries are, well, they're suing the government. They're suing Trump because of the tariffs, like Walmart, for instance. They're going to sue the government. They're going to tell me if I'm right, if I got this right, all right? So let's say, for instance, Walmart, who's had to pay these tariffs, and then they've said they've passed them on to the customer. Walmart is now going to sue the government. So the government will get sued and have to pay Walmart back plus costs from taxpayers' money, for which the taxpayer has already been paying higher prices. So effectively, they're going to be charged twice. Tell me how that works. Oh, if nothing else, it's entertaining that it is. I'm blessed that I don't live in the United States. Hello there, the dreamer. Hope you're well. Oh, there. You look at the German carnival. I'll do that in a moment. I haven't actually. I haven't had a chance. I haven't been. How to put it? I've been very, very tired. Mitzi, are you free now? Oh, yes, I am. I see the other thing that gets me is right. The orange one shits and pants, and the grifter cult leader kid fucker, Donald Trump. Well, he's got 500 million in an offshore bank account in the Emirates. Yeah, 500 million. He's now getting new taxpayers to pay around 10 billion to the Board of Peace. Yeah, the Board of Peace, for which he is, well, it's his Board of Peace, for which he chooses who is on the Board of Peace. He also chooses its direction. He also chooses its succession. And he also says, well, he's basically a dictator of the Board of Peace. Yeah. And now he wants 10 billion of taxpayers' money to pay for his Board of Peace. Oh yeah, let's not forget the fact that he's suing the GOP. 10 billion for because the poor little runt got his little tax returns published. You know, they leaked. So he's suing the taxpayer 10 billion. For which he'll probably settle with himself. I've ended up paying, I don't know. I settle and I'll do 9.9999 billion. Oh, that's it. I agree to that. Okay, we'll pay. Yeah. Just like a Ponzi scheme. But this is a scam. All right, it's a scam. He's peddling you. You are the mark in the US. You know that, don't you? In the United States, you are the mark. The grifter, and you're the mark. Trump's the grifter, you're the mark. Blimey. I saw that Taker saying the USA at Olympics, USA won one Olympic medal per 12.2 million people. The Czech won one medal per 2.1 million people. Norway won one medal between 140,000 people. So the USA underperformed. That's a very valid point, isn't it? It's like GDP per capita. It's just a fucking mess. And it's, as someone just watching watching all the freak show, basically. I feel like I'm sitting in a little cubicle and the curtain is coming across and there's Donald Trump. The spectacle. I wonder how many movies are going to be made about this. Huh? I've got a question for you, though, all right? No old kid, Trump, the pedo. Well, you don't honestly think they stopped, do you? This SA ring, do you honestly believe that they've stopped? Do you think they're not doing it anymore? Just because Epstein's gone? Just because Donald Trump's now the president? There's a shitload of people involved in this. It is still going on, I bet you. But where? Is it going to be Zorro Ranch? That has been bought by a mad MAGA man? I don't know. Where will it be? Is there another little island somewhere? Is it the Indian island? Is it Mark Zuckerberg's man-made island? You tell me, because I can't believe for the life of me that these people who are clearly, well, they've got a bit of an addiction, unaliving problem. Well, they like to eat babies, apparently, so I've heard, Not necessarily cats and dogs, but, the babies. Do you know why they eat the babies and not necessarily full-blown humans? Because of prions, you see. And prions, they can be transmitted, they can be transferred from people to people, prions, and basically you just burn up holes in your head. You get dementia, You end up, it take about a year, and then you're gone, right? So, it's not really dementia, but yeah, anyway, these prions put holes in your head. Your body can't tell that it's a foreign body because it's human, you see. It's a human prion. We all have prions, but some prions are not good prions, and they put holes in your brain. Yeah, so it's not great. No. But you see, do you know what don't have prions? What doesn't cause some kind of mad, crazy illness because you're eating human flesh? Huh? Babies. Babies. I know this is all conspiratorial, and it probably is, right? But we have been reading the Epstein files, and a shitload of shit is coming to light. And that all the stuff that Roseanne Barr had said in the past, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the babies, they're drinking the blood and all that. She used to say, oh my God, yeah, there's any reason why not to believe her. Why I shouldn't believe her now, after all the stuff I've been reading in those Epstein files. Oh, damn me. And then there's that woman who was outside one of Trump Tower type, I don't know if it's Trump Tower or one of them anyway. And he was saying they're eating children and babies in there. They just going screaming and hysterical. She disappeared. It was about 2012. This was, I think it was. Yeah, so it's like, crikey, what the fuck is going on in this world? All this stuff sounds so bloody crazy, and I've mocked people for it. So bloody, maybe this guy is a plasma screen. No. And no, the Earth is not flat, okay? But it's just like, a lot of the stuff I've heard now is doubts. I've got doubts now. Not the batshit crazy stuff like 5G masks and that crap, and Bill Gates wants to stop you and all that sort of shit. No, not that crap. No. But the other crap, yeah, I think there's some, from what we're seeing, there's some evidence there now. You know, Epstein was allegedly trying to create some kind of superhuman race. The Epstein babies. Crikey. What was that program? The Hudson Files or something? Oh, crikey, what was it used to be called? Something Files. Oh. Never got the Epstein files, haven't we? There we come. Lots of these grifters, billionaires, go to Thailand or Indonesia to do, you know, what? Isn't that where Gary Glitter went? You want to be in my gang, my gang? Oh yeah, you know, and get some baked beans or some toast and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, isn't that where he went? And then he got caught there as well. Or something. It's just two little boys or something. Yeah. There's two little boys and two little girls. Oh, that's another one, isn't it? You know, below me there are fucking everywhere. These fucking creepy fuckers. And then you got, oh, crap, you've got Gary Glitter, haven't you? Oh, you got Rolf Harris, and if you talk about the BBC, that is. And then you got, oh my giddy aunt. Oh, fucking hell, my mind's got a blank. Oh, Jimmy Savile. Who has been, he spent a lot of time with the royal family, in particular King Charles. You know, crikey, these people. Oh, the US athletes are being rushed on a plane to attend Dump's. Oh my God, no. Well, Dump's speech where he's going on. Is it me, or do I hear that he's going on about crikey, Gulf of America? And he says, it's not too late, we can call it Gulf of Trump. Oh, my giddy aunt. Oh, this man is so up his own ass. Just like that. We all just call him a tent peg. He's so far up there, you know, along with that tent peg. Oh, yeah, the US athletes are being rushed. All done already. The state of the disunion. Yes, the state of the disunion. It certainly fucking is. It feels so much more normal. We've got our problems here in Europe, you know. But they just shine insignificance in comparison to what's going on in the United States. And the problems we've got here in Europe already revolve around people who are supporters of Trump, like, for instance, Viktor Orban. You know? And then you've got Slovakia, is it, as well? Yeah, I think it's Slovakia. You know? Putin lackeys. It's a massive problem, isn't it, you see? But look, you know, I'm going to say it again. Where have these people gone? Because I can't, you know, it wasn't just Trump, it wasn't just Jean-Luc Brunel, it wasn't just Epstein. There's a shitload of people involved. And these people have a certain addiction. They have a craving. They don't do those kind of heinous acts unless, for them, they're getting something out of it. You know, it's incredible, really. They've gone somewhere. Maybe they've gone underground. They've got their own little basement somewhere. Yes, that's very true. Dubai is very secretive. It's a closed society with lots of human trafficking. Very true. Mostly from Russia. You have seen Taken and all. And New Island is in Dubai for sure. I wouldn't be surprised. There's little islands all over the place, isn't there, you see? There's not just in the Caribbean. No. It isn't just Pedo Island. There's Pedo Island 1, Pedo Island 2, Pedo Island 3. These people, it's just... And we know that Elon Musk has been there as well. And, his satellites are falling out of the sky as we speak. They're not even burning up properly. There's lumps as big as 5 kilos dropped to the earth. Smashing shit. You know? Because they're in low Earth orbit, you see. So eventually, about 5 years, they start dropping out of orbit. That's why they've launched so many of them. And now he's got these bigger ones, that weigh about a ton. Crazy. Peter Mark Carney is travelling to India, Australia, and Japan for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I hear that when Mark Carney first went to see Donald Trump about negotiations regarding a deal, Trump slid an envelope over, and then sign this and everything will be great. Otherwise, you're going to get a 25% tariff, says Trump. And Mark Carney basically looked at it, says, no, this is against our sovereignty, and basically got up and left after saying a few choice words. It's probably good in history, to be fair. Something about you are our neighbour, not our owner, or something, Mark Carney said. So, thank God you ain't got Pierre Pelevin in Canada. Can you imagine it? Canadian people being ruined by Pierre Pellev. Like, giddy aunt. I tell you what you'll do is he'll force you all to go and suckle on Donald Trump's chocolate starfish. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, crikey. Corn. Yeah. Or actually, it's sesame seed from the burger buns. I was going to address the Australian Parliament. Well, you say Australia's fucking enough of the US as well, aren't they? And this GOP. They're doing what they need to do. It's like these bloody submarines that they gazumped France for the US submarines. It don't look like the US is going to even be able to supply them. They can't build them quick enough. They haven't got the means to. And now Portugal, for instance, in Portugal, who currently I think they've got the F-16s, have been pressured into buying the F-35s, you know. Not great. No, been pressured into that, but I'm sure they'll say no. But China's part of the Belt Road, isn't they? Not China, China's Belt Road, and Portugal is a member of, I believe, or they negotiated something there a while back, which goes a bit against the United States. And the ambassador was saying that, if you cancel that, we'll get on a lot better. For fuck's sake, why would anyone want to get on with the United States at the moment? It's not to be trusted. Oh, Marcus, that's wonderful, Mark Carney. He's coming here to Australia. He's a decent man. And he's normal. I don't think there's anything I can remember from when he was the bank manager, bank governor of the UK. Yeah, the UK bank, or Bank of England. There's no controversy about him. There is nothing about that man that is just any red flags, you know? Just nothing. He's trustworthy within reason. He's a politician now, so things might have changed a little bit, you know. They do get tainted somewhat. But I don't think you're not going to change him too much, I don't think. Not Mark Carney. He pretty much says it as it is. He'll do his best to make things happen. You know, some things will take longer than others, but, you know, as a whole, he'll do his best to make things happen. The right things. The only non-British citizen to head the Bank of England ever. That's a valid point, actually, yeah. And now we've got Andrew Bailey. Oh, God. Oh. He just wants to buy bonds all the time. It's the wrong way. Buying bonds when you've got a volatile, United States. Joe, you heard that, did you? Yeah. Portugal will just tell Trump to piss it off, or the government will fall. All right, cheers. Oh, dear me. He's a good guy. And during Brexit, he made all the right moves. And he said the right things. Done the right things. And we'd have been in a shitload of hell if it wasn't for him. Seriously, Brexit has damaged the United Kingdom's ability to trade. So the thing we have to remember about the European Union and its power its presence around the world and its power, it bleeds over, everywhere pretty much, even in the United States. Take, for instance, the CE mark, the safety mark. Pretty much every country who wants to sell to the European Union has to have that CE mark. So they use it as a standard in their own country, but also other countries, because the standard is high. So the United Kingdom tried to go alone with the Brexit, with the UK CA mark, which has no standing anywhere in the world. No one's interested in it because they don't need to. It's only valid in the UK. It's pointless. I was just stuck with the CE mark. The problem was, you see, the CE mark, you can accept the CE mark, but you can't produce goods under the CE mark. You can produce it to the same standard, but you have to get it tested and everything signed off in a EU member state. Otherwise, you haven't got the CE credentials, because you have to have a base in a European member state. Obviously, you can't do it. The same with EU REACH, which is basically the chemicals database. It's the same difference with that. You have to be in Europe. You can't be an external, working an external an outside company in a different country somewhere else. I think you're going to get all this stuff signed off. No, you have to have a base in the country, in the European Union. So there's, the member states. And that's just how it is. That's how you protect things. You see, we don't have the issues of toys with eyeballs falling off and choking babies and that, And we don't eat them either. Well, I don't anyway. I never tried one, to be fair. Baby back ribs, I bet they're tender. Oh, crikey. Who in their right mind would eat a baby? What the feck? I can't even believe I'm even talking about it. It's just nuts. What are you saying there, Joe? Oh, the Americans are lucky we still let their citizens be here after all the crap that they have been doing. Yeah, I think we've got to be careful we don't put it on an individual basis, unless they voted for Trump. Because there's a lot of people in the United States, good people, just trying to get on with their lives and that, and doing what they need to do. And they're not all crazy Trumpers. You might not like their politics either, but, I don't mean to say they're crazy. But, we're all different, aren't we, I don't want to tarnish everyone with the same brush, that's what I'm saying. There's nasty people in the UK. We've got reform voters, haven't we? They've clearly got a feckin' brain cell. Actually, just one feckin' brain cell, maybe. That's rattling around inside their heads. They've got no bloody clue. And if you look at the reform website, I was looking at it this morning, because they've updated it. And whereas before they had their subscriber counter on the website, and their so-called, what would normally called a manifesto, they called it the contract to the people, they said. And anyway, that's all come off now, and they've put on their their policies and stuff like that, but some of them anyway. But they've missed off all the ones that were important, like healthcare. They want heavily engage with privatisation for the United Kingdom. That's the biggest mistake ever. We've already started doing it, and it ain't helping anybody. At the end of the day, where there is a profit to be made, why don't we have that profit go back into the health service? Instead of having a load of companies out there just wanting to make more money. Then they've got their shareholders. So they want to make a profit, and the shareholders want their bit. They should be non-profits. Anyone working for the health service should be non-profits. People's wages need to be paid and all that sort of stuff, obviously. But they should be non-profits. That's what they should be. Should we make don't be wrong, there's already, you already got pharmaceuticals, they're obviously going to make a profit because they've got to reinvest.
You've got obviously the equipment and all that sort of stuff. They're going to make a profit because that's what they do. That's understandable, but the actual services within the hospital itself, no, 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 no. We should be looking after people. Correction, Marcus. Majority of good Americans are fighting against Trump. They are. They are. No, I do see it. I watch it. I follow a lot of that stuff, as you probably know. But and there are good people in the US, and it kind of saddens me a little bit that there's people in the US being tainted with the same brush. Do you know what I mean? And we get it as well. Every nation gets it. There's a stereotype, isn't there? People, for instance, they think of the French, right? They think the French they're all going around on little bicycles with onions around their necks and bottom glasses on and a berry. That's a stereotype. And I've only seen that once. The fact I've seen it once was pretty amazing. He was very smelly, though, I must admit. Anyway, I've only seen it once. It's not a stereotype. It's just crazy. And I tell you what is a stereotype. Is MAGA. They all are the same. They're all cut from the same cloth. They're crazy. Absolutely crazy. There's a young lad, I don't follow him, but he comes in my stream, who's a MAGA geezer. And he goes, I love everybody and all that sort of stuff. And, I've got no hate, blah, blah, blah. He's hating on people. He's hating on the left. He's just ridiculous. It's like I don't know. It's like his parents are very closely related, if you know what I mean. Yeah, not by marriage necessarily either, by birth. As much as I love the UK, I will say I'd take Trump before Starmer. Are you out of your fucking mind? Trump before Starmer? The man who is literally grifting you? That's the thing I don't understand. Starmer's he's not, he's terrible, all right? He's terrible. I get that. But Trump is just evil. He's fucking evil. No. I mentioned it early on in the stream, right? Just think about this, okay? That fucking grifter cult leader kid fucker Donald Trump. No, he's got 500 million quid that he has effectively stolen from Venezuelan oil, and he's stuck it in a Saudi bank account for which he has only got access in it. He can only access it, right? And then there's this fucking 10 billion that he wants for this so-called peace board from the American taxpayer. This thing's got nothing to do with the GOP. He wants 10 billion off that, for which he is in control of. Whether he's president or not, he's in control of. He decides its future and who stays, who goes, who's invited, blah, 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 goes on and on and on. And now he's trying to bloody sue you for 10 billion because his tax fucking records were leaked. And he'll settle out of court probably. And he'll just say to himself, I want 10 billion. Okay. It's just nuts. And now you've got this tariff fucking situation, like I mentioned a moment ago regarding, like for instance, Walmart is suing the US government, along with other companies as well, not just Walmart. They're suing because of these tariffs, you see. Because they passed the tariffs on to the customers. They said they were, and that's what they did. Put the prices up. Passed them on, because they had to. So, if they sue the government's going to have to pay them back the tariffs for which they had paid. They ain't going to pass it back on to you. So it's coming out of the exchequer, which is the taxpayer, so that means you've been charged twice. And you tell me that he's better than Keir Starmer? Give me a fucking break. Keir Starmer, okay, he's made shitload of bloody mistakes, but he ain't gone around taking out billions of fucking pounds from the UK exchequer. That is just such a stupid thing to say. I'm sorry, but it is. He's not a great Prime Minister, no. He's made a shitload of mistakes, yes. Is he corrupt? Maybe a little bit. Is Donald Trump corrupt? Oh, fucking hell. Yes. Yes. More than just corrupt. He's a kid fucker. He's a pedo. His name appears 1 million times, according to Ruskin, in these files. All been redacted, and they're being deleted as we speak. And you try to tell me that you'd rather have a pedo. Oh yeah, and a felon, you know. Yeah? I've got a blanket on me, I've got my little dog here, and I've got him wrapped up. I don't individualise any Americans, Marcus. I usually just leave them alone. And as long as they behave, but the MAGA Americans, they better stay quiet. Tensions are high. Do you have many MAGA people visiting Portugal? They must do, mustn't they? They're probably frightened to go to Canada at the moment. The Canadians will probably bury him under the snow somewhere. Oh, I like the wallpaper. Oh, yeah. Tarnish with the same brush. It's like being painted all the same colour. That's kind of, if you know what I mean. I don't know if there's an American saying at all, but it is in the UK. Yeah, exactly. At least Starmer's not a pedo like Trump. That's what I hear this so often, though, by people who don't really understand it or know. Well, the news that they're getting is from people like, for instance, Nigel Farage. You know, because he's got presence in the US. It's madness. That man is not to be trusted. He's got very close Russian links. He'll say otherwise, but him and Aaron Banks, you know. Hello, Kelly the Kitty. Hope you're well. Don't become. I'm half German, not half Ivan. Oh my God, I'm talking about other countries. What about Mexico at the moment? Oh my God, don't go there. Whatever you do not go to Mexico. It's not safe at the moment. Fucking hell, the cartel and what are you? And the government's losing control. Don't waste your breath on that, Marcus. Yeah, fair point. Even Epstein said Donald Trump was the worst person he had met. Yeah, he said he did, didn't he? He's pretty much said he's evil. I'd rather a president who does nothing than one that wants to rule the world. Yeah. That guy's probably a Russian troll, probably. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Just watched the podcast with Julian Dorey and John Kiriko. I don't pronounce that. I haven't seen that, to be honest. Don't forget to tap the old screen and give us a like, will you? Let's get this podcast spread a little bit. It's live, sorry. You got lots of Americans there. Oh. But now I speak German or Portuguese. The other 8 languages are for my use. Blimey. How the hell do you learn that many languages? I struggle with my English. I definitely struggle with my French. I'll tell you what, when I'm speaking French with a French friend, I get so tired. I mean, to the point I'm like yawning and stuff because I really struggle with them. So Farage was with Boris, Epstein, Bannon and others in some nice parties. So in my book, he's the same as they are. The thing is, these people, they knew what was going on. You can't be involved with someone like Epstein or even know Epstein without having some idea of what the man was about. If you visited him, you'd know. Just like Nutlick said, about that. Or there was a massage table in the middle, right in the middle of the house, and it's for the massages. Yeah, so Nutlick said. Yeah, it's just Mexico is making tacos out of the cartels, and 3 cops have been murdered already. Tacos. Oh. Trump always chickens out. Oh, yes, I did see that. Sorry. Yeah, I did see that. Thank you. Hello, Miss Elby. Hope you're well. My friend grew up speaking German and Portuguese, then French, then English, and all the others. Oh, my giddy arm. So jealous. What a wonderful thing to be able to do is speak other languages. I'm good at my hands, mind. I can make shit. Yeah, like Donald Trump birdhouses. Oh, cheers, Kelly. Kelly the kitty. Oh, a gift for next week. That sounds nice. I like gifts. Right, there you go. Yeah, it's all gone a little bit crazy, hasn't it? We got the former Prince Andrew and Prince William is he's kicking off at the moment. He reckons he's very upset. The words to that effect. Very upset. Can't focus on much at the moment because he's very upset. I'll tell you what, Prince William is not that different than the former Prince Andrew. I don't mean in the sense whether or not, Prince William is after little girls and stuff, but that he's arrogant. He's arrogant. And I heard an interview earlier today where it was yesterday. Come door, come up. There we go. Up. Come door, my little Pandora. You can come up there, girl. You can do it. Oh no, your hand. Come on then. Ready? That's it. She's up. So it's an interview with the special detail for the former Prince Andrew, and Prince Andrew had a code name or a set of numbers, but formerly he was known as the CUNT. He was an asshole, but we've always known that. But he was like Queen's favourite, Always got preferential treatment and all that, But he was not right, complete and utter arsehole. But then again, so's the king. Whatever put you on, whatever you see him in public, you need to hear what the people from behind the scenes are saying. And he ain't a very nice man. No, arrogance. He might be good at do his job and stuff like that. He might be good at that, but behind the scenes, he's a bit of an ass. Spoilt rotten, they haven't known anything other than being spoilt rotten. I remember you last time you made that wooden fence. Oh yeah, that's up now. I've got a load more fences and gates to make though, because of this little one I got down here. This little fella here. Just trying to wake him up. That one. Oh, did you wake me up? Oh yeah, thank you. keeping him warm. He loves the heat, that one does. What about you, girl? What are you doing? Eh? You're a good girl. You're all sleeping, yours, darling. Yeah. Where are we? There we come. Oh my God, miles up. There we come. Yeah, they're lovely little doggies, they really are. Keep me company. Learning different languages is not that hard if you take it easy. Yeah, although I remember a lot of shit, alright, I find some things don't stick in my head. And that's one of the things I really struggle with the French language, is I forget. I need to repeat it, or I do. I repeat it again and again and again and again, and eventually it stays there. But I'm very much about repetition, and this thing about when you work with your hands, effectively it's repetition, and it's mechanical muscle memory sort of thing, you know. I'm only a woodworker after all, you know. And I spend a lot of time on my own with dogs, and they don't respond to correct me. Do you? You don't correct me, do you? You just want more treats, don't you? Yeah. Oh, it's good night. You're beautiful, aren't you? You're lovely. Right. Well, since we haven't had to trust humans, we have learning apps. This is you talking about AI learning apps? Learning languages is easy as hell since we didn't have to trust humans. We have learning apps. Yeah, Duolingo. I want Duolingo and stuff like that. But I struggle with it all. It's not because I'm stupid, because I've just that sort of. I can remember. I give you an idea what I'm like. Right? If it doesn't really grab me, I'm off. I'm just in Clay Cooker land, you know. They've lost me, and that's what I find with a lot of these learning apps like Duolingo and what have you. They really lose me, and it might be why I find Trump quite interesting at the moment, because it's just unbelievable, just ongoing crazy, you know. And it's kind of easy for me to to comment on in many ways, but you know, it's just how I am, I suppose. I really struggle with languages. Marcus is stuck between Nacho and Pandora. I'm like a rose. No, I'm a thorn between two roses. That's what I am. You reckon you leave the Matrix if you eat the silica gel packets? What? They don't do that. Silica gel's toxic. Don't do that. And a little bit of advice for anybody who's already been doing this. If you've got anything steel and you want to seal it to stop the water don't get in, don't use silicone. It'll corrode it. Acetic acid, you see. I like to use something called My Brain. People should use it too. At first I thought it was some kind of app. I'll tell you what though. I think one of the biggest risks with this AI is people not using their heads, expecting AI to do the thinking for them, so they don't have to. I think that's a massive problem. I really do, and I think in the future it's going to really show. It's showing now, and to be fair, and they've got people using AI for relationships. You know, what the fuck? How is that a relationship? It's madness. Oh, crikey. Well, yeah, you don't want to get Trump disease, do you? No. Right, you train that well. Good day, mate. Good day to you, too. I know some Spanglish, being American. Oh, yeah, I suppose you would do, wouldn't you? Think about your neighbours. Oh, there we come. Oh. My dad used to say, a rose between two thorns. I know, but I'm in the middle, you see. And I can't call these guys a thorn. Because they've got good hearts. They're just soppy. They love their cuddles, don't you? Eh? And this one down here, who's very sleepy at the moment. He's done a lot of running and barking today. Yeah, chasing stuff. He likes chasing things. Physical association with learning also works. Yeah, when you say if you work with your hands, and I see what you mean. Yeah, for instance, if you've got something, flashcards, for instance, that's sort of a physical relationship, isn't it? Even if you're learning a language, it's also the time aspect as well. I'm always busy. Obviously with these channels and stuff. I don't know why I bother, but with these channels and stuff like that. But maybe I thought no. I say I don't know why I bother, but on the other hand, it feels important that there's enough people out there saying, speaking the truth. And I'm slouching like crazy now. Sit up, Max. You're hurting your back. Oh, believe me. It's your fault, Dora. It's your fault. How old are my fur babies? This little one I showed you, this one little Nacho down here, he's not Hamilton, so I think he's about a year. All right, he was found in the woods. Got him from the dog rehoming charity, the SPA, and then he's a bit like the RSPCA. This one here was via Phoenix, another rehoming. She's 13 years old, and then this other one at the back here. He's 14, coming on 15 years old, and he's got no grey though. He's a Dalmador. He's Labrador Dalmatian cross. She's definitely got Labrador in there, but what with I don't know. But she's a soppy old thing, aren't you, girl? You soppy girl? Yeah. Hey, you looking at? Now she used to be just completely pitch black, just a lightning bolt there, a midriff. No, she's like grey. That's a good point, actually. Trump hasn't got any pets. I think the only time little puppies come across his mitts is when he kills them in front of Saskaridi, for instance. You have got to be a special kind of feckin' horrible, ain't you? To unalive puppies just to see the reaction of your victims. He unalived in all different ways, including gutting them, called Saskaridi. If you don't know who Saskaridi was, he's somebody who was trafficked by his uncle to Donald Trump and Epstein. And he did a testimony last year, but just recently has been making the rounds just recently. Him and the woman that did the interview are currently getting all the information and all the evidence together. So that once they've done that could be quite interesting. But at the moment, it seems like Donald Trump is, well, impervious, isn't he? It's just he's got a force field around him, something. Everybody that could basically drag him through the courts now are bought by him. And then you've got bloody Cash Patel. He must have something on Trump. Christ's sake, he's the FBI director. There he was. I don't know if you saw it with the Olympians and that. Jumping around like a fucking idiot, throwing beer about all over the bloody place, celebrating. And all they folk do that. I get that, but he's supposed to be the director of the FBI. He's not exactly a good representative of the country, is he? We can all tell you're a good person by the way you treat your fur baby. Oh, thank you. Well, I suppose. I suppose they are lucky, isn't it? They're all rescues. But, and this little one here, he's so funny. But we get a lot out of it, It's a lot of work. Especially him. He's a hell of a lot of work, this one is. Oh, my God. Just constantly chasing about everywhere. He's just a nutter. He's just, he's lovely though. Absolutely, he's lovely. But we've got a Scrabble board that's got an A missing now because he chewed it up. Yeah, he's a little bit of a character. He's young and he's a baby, really, still. Yes, I know. I know, I know, I know. I think she loves me. Hello, Kirk Spock. I hope you're well. Uh, da, 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 da. Yeah, thanks, Kelly. But regarding the channel and stuff, I'll keep it going as long as I can. But if something comes along and it takes precedence, in the sense it kind of pays my bills and stuff, I'll have to do it. I'll have no choice. I would like to have a situation where, obviously, the channel kind of manages to fund itself. Because like today, I've had a situation like the microphone that I use on my videos failed today. I recorded 4 videos around Rosh Lake, and not one of them was any good because the volume was so bloody low. So all of a sudden, the amplifiers in there are not working. So all the preamps aren't. So I don't know what's going on. It's only a year old as well. It's just out of guarantee. So I don't think they're done right. It's a bit annoying because they're bloody expensive. You see, But yeah, it's like nothing's built these days, is it? Microphones used to last a long, long time. In fact, they got better with age. Same with speakers, get better with age. They're mellow, you know. But stuff goes wrong. So that was very annoying. So I came back here and then I recorded a couple more videos. So, but they've been quite nice. I was walking around the lakes, you see, and Rosh Hashanah and Chateau. But that's how it goes, isn't it? So I will carry on. I'll go as long as I can. But like I say, if someone takes precedence, I'll just have to do that because I've got a choice. And it'd be nice if, for instance, something can help fund, even if I'm not making anything on this to pay its way, that the other channels or something can actually do that for us. So then I can just carry on then. So I do feel it's important. There's lots of little channels out there, and they're all being squeezed at the moment. No, well, Dreamer, exactly. Who in their right mind, what decent person would shoot their own pets? Oh, yeah. But she's not decent, is she? No. Yeah. Cosplay Christy Gnomes. No, she's not. No, she's not decent. So, yeah, you can't expect her to shoot her own, really, don't you? She'll be shooting her own kids next. You've got Donald Trump. He wants to. How to put it? I can't really say that on here. FCK his own daughter, doesn't he? That's his real desire. Yeah, if you look at my workshop, got my gears old because I repair it, and that's kind of something that's good. You got the Right to Repair Act, which actually went through in the US, but unfortunately, a lot of companies aren't abiding by this stuff, by these rules. I don't know if it went to Congress, went to the Senate or not. But anyway, in Europe, there's this thing called the right to buy as well. Not right to buy, right to repair. Sorry, right to repair. So you must be able to repair your items, one way or the other. But they're getting harder and harder and harder. You see, it's some things are easy, some things are straightforward. Like that microphone, I'll have that part in my what I call my lab, and see what's going on there. So I can find the signals that come through and stuff, But it's like all my tools and stuff, most of my gear that I've got, electrical gear, most of it's old because I keep it going. This is when we live in a very throwaway world these days. The other day, my Linisher, which is basically a big belt sander, basically, it failed. That was the bearing on the motor. So I stripped the motor down, ordered a new bearing, fit the new bearing, and it's fine now. Working like a good one. But people don't repair stuff anymore. So the problem is, I suppose, unless you're repairing it yourself, the cost of repair is too high, and it just prices it out of all. It's no longer worth doing because you don't know what's going to go next. Like washing machines, for instance, This is, this is the thing about governments now. They have all these wonderful ideas, but you got these companies that don't abide by the rules. For instance, many manufacturers in in Europe and in the United States are now producing wash machines, right? Wash machines, but with sealed drums. Normally, you can split a drum. Yeah, you can take the drum out, you split it, and replace the bearings or the spider on the back of the drum, which I have done myself in the past. But if the drum is bonded and sealed together, you can't do it. It's a throwaway, which basically means you might as well throw the whole machine away because you're going to have to buy a drum, the inner, the outer, the bearings, all in one complete unit, which will be as much as the washing machine. So it makes no sense. They want you to buy another machine, which just means there's a shitload more bloody stuff ends up on the scrap heap. It's an issue. It's an issue when companies don't abide by the rules. Even Miley, they're not as bad as others, but even some of their machines now have got sealed drums. Bosch, some of their machines now got sealed drums. Okay, Kelly, how much? Oh, how much you plant a tree? People donate around 20 quid for a tree. Depending on what it is and what sort of sometimes excuse me. If the donation's a bit higher, we go for something a little bit more pricey. We've got a nursery just down the road here. Also, we've got another one in Cusack, which is not far from where I am. And they've got a good selection of trees. We could also go to the Mary, which is basically the council, but they give you these little whips, and they're tiny, absolutely tiny. And they only do certain species. And we're trying to make it as diverse as possible for native trees in the area. So to attract different animals. But generally speaking, people give it 20 quid, Some people give more, some people give less. We haven't really set a price. It depends on what people can afford, doesn't it, it goes into the project anyway, because there's loads. We've got a separate bank account for it, you see. So it goes into the project, for which then we can dip into whenever we've got to buy anything, like, for instance, I know, ties or tree protectors and stuff like that. Or trees. Yeah, thanks, Joe. I might have missed it otherwise. Thanks, Joe. Love you, man. I love you. By the way, Joe's also got a channel. He's an interesting guy. He's actually very, very intelligent. And apparently he makes pizzas. I don't mind a good pizza. One thing I hate, I don't like thick crust pizzas. I don't like those dodgy old things you get in places like Pizza Hut and stuff like that. I like a thin crust pizza, unless it's going for like a Swedish type pizza, a Swiss type pizza. Sorry, Swiss or Swedish. Anyway, jar thick crust, but they're very light. It's different. Not really pizza, I suppose. Yeah, isn't there going to be a law? It was lobbied by, and oh god, that's not his name. He's another YouTuber who's he's got a big channel, got about like 5 million followers. He's been going for some time. I forgot his name now. Anyway, he has been in front of Congress and stuff like that. He's been lobbying for the right to repair, and eventually it got through, but I don't think it's been formalised yet. They're sort of like dragging their heels. Some car manufacturers aren't very happy about it, so forth, in the US. But there is laws in Europe, I believe, that already cope with that. Plus, you obviously got all the other laws regarding cables and USB-Cs and stuff like that. And must have replaceable batteries, blah, 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 blah. See, the problem with, like, for instance, iMacs or iPads, iPhones, a lot of the stuff that they do now is all soldered onto the board, even down to the CPUs, the different, basically everything, just soldered onto the board, on their iMac computers. I don't quite understand the right to repair issue. Sorry. Right to repair issue. Do people want companies to make parts available, or is it based on software lockouts? Now, what it is that the companies making parts available is making it impossible for other people to repair their products. Locking out other people from doing that. Like, for instance, you got to have codes or special tools and all sorts of stuff, making it very difficult. Or you can only get the replaceable parts from them. It's more about making it accessible for anybody to repair. Like, for instance, if I want to repair my stuff, if I'm capable of doing so, that is, it must be easy for me to do so. Ah, nice one. Ah, got you. Thanks for that. Grunge thing. I knew. I remember reading about it a while back, but I couldn't remember the details. So it came into power in July the 30th, 2024, which is the EU Right to Repair Directive, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. We're living in this chuck-away world, and it's getting out of hand. There's so much waste now, and lots of stuff that's not really recyclable. It's an issue, and we should be allowed to mend things. Keep them going a bit longer. Go back to our washing machines. Washing machine used to be able to last around 20 years. Just on, an average family, washing machine. Now you're like, if you get like 5 to 8 years out of them. The cost of repairs weren't horrendous, and now it's just like, my God. You're not replacing a component, you're replacing the whole bloody board. So I can remember the TV repairman coming to the house. I know things are different now, and everything's transistor based, and it's highly technical stuff. So it is going to be, repair a board, because a lot of this stuff, it really needs to go into the lab to repair the board itself. So it's more cost effective to actually just replace the item. I get that. But just having to, instead of being one great big board, they're breaking it down into separate boards. And then obviously you've got the backlights and stuff like that quite often go, all the transformers and these things. We should be able to repair it. Whether it's you or whether it's and it needs to be cost effective to do so. Oh, Neapolitan style pizza. And that is a pizza to me. All the rest, not pizza. I'm afraid my old master will rise from the darkness of night and drop a tray on my head. Oh dear. There's pizza and there's pizza, isn't there? Tell me about it. I used to repair computers, mobiles, tabs. It killed the business. Yeah. The companies themselves became the issue. They just locked people out from it. And then there's, like thing we were saying a minute ago, regarding software issues. The whole thing, and this is stuff that should be able to get sorted via legislation, via the governments. But the Trump administration don't give a shit about that, any of that sort of stuff. The UK government isn't really interested. They've got enough bloody problems to be worrying about that at the moment. And the only place it seems to be happening, as was mentioned earlier, and it seems to be the EU. That they make policies and pretty much stick by them. It becomes law. I think it's how manufacturing is done more than companies making things hard to repair on purpose. Mobile phones are now waterproof and so sealed. Okay, then, if that's the case, like for instance, they removed the 3.5mm jack on mobile phones, yeah? And they said, it's too complicated now to make them waterproof. No, it's not. Sony still, their phones still have got the 3.5mm jack on them, and they're waterproof. You've got the USB-C cable on there. It's still waterproof. Within reason, I get that, but that's down to pricing, isn't it? The way manufacturing is done to keep the pricing down. Or maybe they should be a little bit more expensive, but allow them to be repaired so they last longer. The only thing that they seem to want to be replaceable on these phones these days is the screen and the back panel. Maybe the battery if you're lucky. I kind of understand it with phones though, because phones are bloody difficult. They're so compact. Everything has to be so condensed. But when you're looking at things like PC, computers and the motherboards or the iMacs and what have you, they need to be. Why do they need to be so bloody small? We're talking about not even really any savings in space when you're dealing with something of that sort of size. And then you've got Christy Brandt. Planned obsolescence is the devil. I like Marcus. Good Trump birdhouse yesterday. Thank you. I missed the Sunday streams. Oh, I know. The problem for me is that because I've got 5 more. I've mentioned this before. Because I've got 5 miles, I can't guarantee that I'll be available on a Sunday. Sometimes I'm just in so much bloody pain. Or I can't speak at all. Lost my voice completely or something. Anyway, something goes wrong. I kind of have to manage my life at the minute. And sometimes I make my videos at all different hours because that's kind of how I have to manage myself. I know when I can and when I can't, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I know. That's we got the bloody hospital ships going to Norway. Or Denmark, sorry. What the fuck? When they're not even available. Oh, we're going to send our hospital ships to you. So no, we don't want them. Sign off, says Denmark. Or Greenland. And it's like, the one's in this, I don't know, in a dry dock, and the other one's just, they have no fucking work done to them. Yeah, all my PCs and they're all towers. I like to be able to replace components. It seems to make sense to me. I work all day in something else, maybe. And then the air. I've got several phones, a lot of them are old now. And I've replaced screens and stuff like that on some of them and batteries. If it's cost effective to do so, or if they're decent devices. Now, I did before Christmas. I did indulge myself and got a new phone. It was on an offer. I was a bit concerned because of all the memory prices were going through the bloody roof. So I did buy a new Xiaomi 14T Pro or something. It's bloody good though. Fucking hell! I've never had a phone like that. It's so quick and so well thought. I know it's a Chinese phone, but it's so well thought out. And the camera on it is really good. It's even got 8K. 8K? Yeah, 8K video. And 4K on the selfie, as well as about 3 lenses on it. It's just really it's the best phone I've ever had. The Chinese, they really know how to do things. They really do, I got a degree in electronics 40 years ago. I don't understand all this digital stuff. Crikey. I got a degree in anything like that, but I've dabbled in electronics and that as a hobby for years, And it's very simple circuits. Very simple circuits. And making the little PCB boards and stuff, VASID and stuff like that, Or using variaboard or I can't remember what it's called now. The one where you push the wires into sort of like work out, put things together, work it out, and see if it can get things to work. Design stuff. Not breadboard, what do they call it? Breadboard? Breadboards, yeah, breadboard. Meanwhile, AllShorts, an American submarine sailor, was assisted, that's it, in a Greenland hospital. Trump hated it so much he wanted to send the hospital ship there. even though he didn't have one available. It's just so stupid. The man is petulant, and he's a crook. He's an absolute crook. Now, I reeled off earlier all the sort of things he's been doing in the last 3 weeks regarding the billions of money scamming out of the American taxpayer, or peddling all these different fucking things. But don't forget all this other stuff he's peddled, like, for instance, the gold watches that aren't gold, and some of them have gone out with rump instead of Trump on the screen, on the dial. And there's shoes, there's basketball track, there's basketball shoes. Oh, I get it's just one thing after another, and the meme coins, and the man is just insufferable. Scamming the American taxpayer, and then you got his son going over to Saudi, sign up all this fucking money for bloody some Trump tower. Then you got what's going on in Gaza, selling plots of land that ain't theirs. It's just nuts. It's just nuts. Oh God, yeah, isn't he, Steve? He's even forcing airports to rename to Trump airports. The Gulf for Trump. He's he's so up his own arse, isn't he? He really is. Oh, it's rumoured that those hospital ships are waiting for German turbines. Bloody hell. It's like the F-35s. You realise that those F-35s contain 25% European components. And if they can't get... So what's those... the French-German coalition regarding the fighter jets? Because they need to bang their bloody heads together. FCAS or something. Anyway, they need to bang their bloody heads together for 6th generation fighters. Yeah. Well, Airbus is now saying, well, we've got the capacity here to build fighter jets. So Airbus might even be looking at building fighter jets now on their lonesome without any third-party influence. Which probably, I've always said to my father. Actually, my father's always said to me, and he was right on this. The worst shit, my son. The boy, he's called me boy. Worst shit, my boy. Is a partnership. He'd say. He's fucking right. He was right. I was in partnership with my brother-in-law. The worst thing I ever fucking done. Crook. He's another Trump. He's living in America at the moment. He's like to get deported because he ain't got his green card yet. He's applied for it. An arsehole. Alright, let's bring that up there. But there's plenty of stuff been going on. And then, my God, I did a video earlier about the trucking industry. I only went a bit lightly, but crikey, it's haulage in the US is in a bad way. A really, really bad way. And it makes me wonder, where does that end? Well, if you can't get stuff made big because the freight companies are going bankrupt, they're registered like Chapter 11s and what have you. They're going bankrupt and selling their assets off and shit, because they have to. What happens if you can't get the stuff? No one's going to buy it anyway because it'll be too expensive. The haulage companies are going on. It's almost like it's like litmus paper, and it's just shows us really that the state the US economy's in. Sometimes you look at the property market, and in this case, you look at the haulage because if the stuff isn't moving across the states from one state to another, there's a big problem, isn't there? And you got long hauls down 25% in the US. You got the boycotts and in Canada, for instance, elbows up. That's obviously affecting the US haulage industry. But all the articles I've read about it, they haven't even brought up Trump's tariffs. They say uncertainty in the market or something, stuff like that. Those very sort of like, just nothing specific, nothing really telling you what's going on. But we know. It's pretty bloody obvious. If you rock the boat, people fall off, don't they? You know, and Trump has done that. He's rocked the boat and he keeps rocking it. And then it settles down and he starts to rock it again. You ain't fell off yet. It's your turn. Is this all just to hide from the Epstein files? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Or just to distract us. You know, throw another dead cat into the ring. Oh, look, there's a dead cat. All of a sudden, we're talking about something else. It's all about changing people's direction and focus. Now, it's saying here that travellers need to be very careful about travelling to Mexico because violence is breaking out everywhere, pretty much. And we're talking about pretty heinous acts going on. Unlivings and all that. Peter Mandelson has been arrested now. Ah, good. So this is former UK ambassador to the US, Peter Mandelson. What the hell was Starmer thinking? I said that at the time, actually, about him. Oh, God, what the hell are you doing? Yeah. Anyway, he was the... Yeah, that's a good point, actually. You got Peter Mandelson in the Epstein files, all right? And he was going to be the ambassador to the United States from the UK ambassador. And then you got trade envoy, another bloody Epstein file, taking up pages in the Epstein files, and allegedly a pedo, a sex offender. And he was the trade envoy. And that's, Andrew, Prince Andrew, or formerly Prince Andrew. It's just, what the hell are these people thinking? Employing these people to do certain jobs when, quite frankly, they ain't fit to do it. And then there's Prince Andrew was using taxpayers' money to make visits to places using UK, monies. Just like Cash Patel has to go and watch the Olympians, you know? It's just nuts, isn't it? Like how he's ferrying his girlfriend around, wasn't he? Cash Patel was. It's crazy. It's just, this stuff, just one instance of that was enough in the past to render somebody jobless. But these days, it just gets ignored. You know, you get it in the press, but something else come out tomorrow. You know, it's just, oh, dear me. I'll just try to find something. Ooh. Now, Brits should be a little bit angry because, as you're probably aware, there's US bases in the UK. Milton, Northern places. Anyway, there's US bases in the UK. And they've been accruing more jets there amid what's going on in Iran. The UK said no. It goes against the law, international law. So the UK has got more jets at UK bases despite refusal. So much for the special relationship. So special, they'll just do whatever they fucking want. That doesn't sound much like a relationship. It sounds like a dictatorship to me. Uncertainties facing businesses and consumers after Trump's tariff changes. You don't say. So many businesses have already gone under. I'll tell you something they haven't even been mentioning recently, or has been forgotten about, is I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Mini-Me. Anything under $800 that was tax exempt. So it's just basically for small items. All those small businesses, exporters, hit quite hard by that, making it impossible. Plus, for people who just want to get personal items and stuff from abroad, so many businesses have just failed. Prince Andrew apparently charged taxpayers for massage services with extras. So, ex-civil servant has claimed. What the heck? The kind of massages he want. He'll fire off more. Hello, Dr. Davies. He'll fire off more tariffs. Yeah, it was a 15% now, isn't it? We could end up 155 days. But I said he abides by any of this shit, isn't it? The thing is, if it's gone to court and what have you, technically he's breaking the law. Well, does that mean that he's got himself immunity, and he's crikey, he's got himself absolute immunity apparently. So Pete Mandelson apparently was, according to Joe O'Hare, was in the news in Portugal. And the funniest part was listening to him being involved in the paedophile scandal with Donald Trump and Epstein. And I bet your news said it as it was, because in the UK they're really kind of like dance around on the head of a pin, Instead, they don't want to get sued. End of the day, Mummy, the late Queen Victoria, she bailed him out, didn't she? Allegedly, that's what we've got to say. Apparently, even though we know it happened. I'm getting really tired now. I might call it a night in a moment. In the moment. Where are we? Right. What news was that? Which one? You're talking about Prince Andrew, maybe? That's the BBC. About Prince Andrew charging taxpayers for massages. Oh, you're replying to Joe. Oh, sorry, I do apologise. Portuguese news. RTP1. I think I can get that here, actually. Yeah, I agree. A way to distract people of Trump being in the files. The whole thing isn't it? He'll be firing off more tariffs, yep, and more crap will be thrown away. Oh, former Prince Andrew. So and now they're trying to get rid of his lineage, He's a long way from being King Andrew anyway. Ain't gonna happen. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you for joining us. YouTube haven't been playing ball today anyway. It's 30 odd people here. They don't like me anymore. No, but anyway, that's what it's like on here these days. So you can get RTP International. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Cheers, buddy. That's interesting. So it's being predicted that the World Cup in the United States doesn't cover the loss in the tourist industry. God, no. There's a $90 billion industry. $80 or $90 billion industry. and it's been hit fucking hard, you know. And even though obviously Canada's been boycotting the US, which as a proportion is still, it's not all of them, it's not even 50% of Canadians have stopped travelling. Still a lot of people travelling to the US, for various reasons, obviously. But tourism to the United States has been hit hard. Plus, people ain't got the money they had, because I see it on this channel. People are struggling. I get that. I understand. When you got things like buy me coffees and stuff like that. I used to get that a lot more often than I do now. It's very rare now, once in a blue moon. But I cut myself again. So people just don't have the money, and it's getting hard for everybody. Times are tough, aren't they? Whether it be energy prices, food, or just, and also it's quite hard to keep a smile on your face when there's so much negativity, and when you're seeing people being shot in the face and the back of the head just for, trying to care for somebody, and it's depressing, You can understand why people don't really want to engage with half of this stuff. I get it. It makes a lot of sense, really, for their own self-preservation. Because mentally, it's damaging for a lot of people, You either can rise above it, Sometimes you can't, though. Sometimes it's too emotional. Sometimes I get emails from people, Sometimes I get emails from people thanking me for doing the channel and stuff, which is really sweet. But then they tell you why, and then you realise, oh my God, it humbles you. It does, it humbles you, and you realise that other people's they've got much worse than you have, I have my problems. I've got 5 miles. Yeah, I'll tell you something. That ain't no bloody fucking easy ride. I'll tell you. But I went to the pharmacy today to pick up medications for the month. Oh, fucking hell, I'm not viable. I'm costing a fortune at the minute in meds. God, no. I have medication for my eyes because you get dry eye syndrome with fibromyalgia. I take a duloxetine, which is basically a very low dose. It's a mild antidepressant, not for depression, but it deals with nerve pain. And then I've got all my painkillers and shit, and the inhalers and stuff. So I've had quite bad asthma recently. But okay, look, I live here. All right, I live in France, and the French are all hypochondriacs. I'm sure they are. There's a pharmacy in every little town, if not one, maybe two. And I'm talking about small boroughs, small communes, 2,000 or 3,000 people, with about one, maybe two pharmacies in every single little town, which is not much more than a hamlet. Yeah, they do love their drugs here. But they're not costly. Not like the US. The cost of inhalers, be about a tenner, we get to see, I don't know what it's like in Portugal, but we get sent like a paid invoice, of all the stuff that's been done on our behalf. Tell them how much they've been paid for, how much they paid for it. So none of it's expensive. Some of it's pennies, but it adds up because obviously there's a lot of them. Don't get fibromyalgia if you can help it. I tell you, it's a fucking bastard. It really is. Because one of the worst things is brain fog. And sometimes you might notice that sometimes when I'm trying to think of a word, I kind of have these blank moments. It's taking a little time for the cogs to mesh. Because I get like a foggy head, It's not all the time, but sometimes, I strain it. So yeah, but you get brain fog, you get dry eye syndrome with it. It's the problem. The thing about fibromyalgia, it affects your nervous system, and because it affects your nervous system, it affects every part of your body. It feels like it moves around your body. I think we're going to fuck up today. Or where am I going to fuck up today? That's what it feels like. But anyway, that's enough about me. That's life, isn't it, you know? But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure my little guys have their last walk. Because this little one has to have extra walks because, you know, he's little. Right. He's all sleepy. I think he's saying, look, he's all sleepy. I'll go wake him up again. Oh, dear. Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Hello. Oh, look at him. He's lovely. Little ears. You happy? You happy? I think he's comfy. He's a naughty little boy, I'll tell you. He's a naughty little boy. But I wouldn't want many other way, you know. You know, he's... I know. I woke you up. Naughty daddy. Naughty daddy. Yeah. Anyway, toodaloo. Thanks again for joining us today, and I hope you all... oh my God, $900 for an EpiPen. Just say for an EpiPen? Really? My daughter-in-law has an EpiPen. Fucking hell. Everyone's afraid to get arrested by ICE for no reason because they need to meet their quotes. They have to meet their quotes to keep their share values up because of their businesses, basically, and their shareholders. That's just nuts, isn't it? It's just horrible. It's horrible. Going to New York. Going to New York for Christmas was popular in the rich idiots here, but this year a lot of them were saying, "No way, Jose." Don't blame me either. Why go? Anyway, thanks a lot for being here. I am going to make a move. I keep saying that, but I am because I am so tired. I'm so tired, and this little boy here needs to go. You know, needs to go and have a wee wee, don't you? He's ignoring me. Toodaloo. Thanks, Joe, for your help, mate. Really appreciate you, my friend. Really do.